So I would like to call upon Mr. Pratyush Takal, who is a secretary of our Advancing Optometry Scientific Committee as well. So he will be elaborating us with the topic on blue cut or the blue filter, which should be preferred. Uh, uh, Mr. Takal, are you ready for your presentations? I would
Yes,
just
yes.
request you to share your screen, please. So the all floors is all yours. Mr. Takal, please go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you, Gauri sir. Uh, hello everyone, and good morning to all of you. So today we'll talk about the one of the very much I say hot topic in the optical market, blue cut or blue filter. So we'll go through it. So I was saying, so it's the very much one of the hot topic in the optical industry. It's a blue cut or a blue filter, or what is it? So actually, I am working as an optometrist in Carl Zeiss, India, but I'm more of a research optometrist than involved in any other sales process. I've been in the field from last 10 to 12 years now, been in both Nepal and India. I've been working in both the countries. Earlier, I used to work in Nepal, but since last few years, I'm here in India. So let's go through the presentation. So before we start about discussing blue cut or blue filter lenses, we should know why we are talking about only the blue things. So most of the digital gadgets that we use nowadays, be it a mobile phone or laptop or a iPad or something like that, every uh, these devices, they emit certain kinds of blue light. The use of these digital gadgets has increased from last year. As we all know, we are all are confined into our homes. We all are doing an online courses, even virtual conferences. Even the kids are, they are having an online classes nowadays, and everything is now online. So now use of these kind of digital gadgets has increased more than 6 times during this last year due to COVID-19. So now, the as the increase of the digital gadgets have surpassed many folds, the more problem related to use of these devices would come ahead in the coming. Maybe we'll start seeing more of these patients with these problems, with problem associated with digital gadgets. In coming few months, we'll start getting the patients where they will come and complain. So let's go through. So mostly why we are more concerned about blue cut or blue filter or blue protect or any kind of those lenses. That's because of this, where many people who use computer or this kind of devices, they have a digital eye strain, which is also known as in computer vision syndrome. We all have been talking about it since, I think, many years now. Still there's a long the use of the digital device has increased. People continuously, they work for a, 4 5 hours a day continuously without a break. They started working. And the another thing is, yes, the digital devices, they are addictive in nature. It's one of the studies that has shown that using the mobile phone is as a part of addiction. And because there are a lot of activities now, you can go through digital devices as compared to maybe a decade ago. There was not more options in mobile phone other than picking up a phone or sending messages. But now, since there are lots of application and lot of activities that can be done throughout the, inside the mobile phone or digital gadgets, the main, mostly the most frequent complaint that you hear when it comes to a computer vision syndrome or a digital eye strain is most people they complain of dry eye, the irritation that they have because of the the burning sensation they have, and there's a neck pain because of constant focusing into one place, and there is of course eye strain going on. So the digital eye strain, computer vision syndrome, all this is associated with the blue light, because they believe that blue light plays a little bit of role on DES, that is digital eye strain, and CVS. So why only blue light? Why are we only talking about blue light?
दीवार माँ क्या है
So that's because blue light is the shortest wavelength in the visible spectrum of our light, white light, which get dispersed into 7 colors. The spectrum is 370 nanometer to 780 nanometer, which is the visible spectrum, and blue light is the, as I said, is the shortest on those visible spectrum, which carries the highest amount of energy per photon. The waves which are short waves, they carry high amount of energy compared to the long waves. So due to this, since they carry a lot amount of energy compared to the other light waves, the energy is then absorbed by the tissues, which causes damage. That is why when we say we should not be exposed to UV light. Why? Because UV light has more amount of energy, and when our body absorbs, the tissues absorbs that kind of UV light, there can be a problem in our body, right? Which is associated with many things, the cataract things, the pterygium in ophthalmology, then associated with skin cancer, those who are exposed more to UV lights and all those things, cancer in melanomas. There are many things that can happen. So that is why we are more concerned about the blue light, because blue light has more energy. Blue light exposure can also lower the melatonin level, which is associated with the peaceful sleep. So more you use phone or the exposure to the blue light, you may not get peaceful sleep. Blue light is desirably used by the manufacturers because of its easy to create efficiency, and it's very less power. Also, you can illuminate the blue light. So blue light, we are only talking about harmful effects, but if we see the overall effects, there are some beneficial effects of the blue light, and there are some harmful effects of the blue lights. Excuse me. So harmful effects is an, there will be a disruption in your sleeping pattern. The circadian rhythm is your sleeping pattern, the sleeping cycle your body uh, creates. Every day, if you see, there is a sleeping cycle. You sleep on the same time, you eat somewhat. So the blue light will create the disruption to that rhythm. As we spoke earlier, digital eye syndrome, that will be there. Risks for the certain kind of cancer, greater risks for diabetes, heart disease people, and people who are obese. There's a risk because when there is a disruption in your sleep, when if you are diabetic, or if you are a cardiac patient, or if you are an obese, when there is a disruption in your cycle, so entire metabolism of your body changes. So that happens when there's a disruption. So if the people are diabetic, there will be a greater risk for them. Why depression? That's because when you are too much addictive to one thing, you keep on doing that, right? So you think there is nothing new, you are doing the same thing. And the blue light will, the main reason that we are talking about it, the blue light might cause age-related AMD, age-related macular degeneration, which can eventually lead to the vision loss. At the same time, it can elevate your mood, it can boost the alertness, it can help memory and cognitive function. Uh, so these are both the effects, positively, and the negative effects of the blue light. So now come to the question blue cut or blue filter. So basically, we don't require anything called blue cut. We don't want to cut the entire blue light to see. So what we should do is the higher range of the blue light wave. If you can go back, as I said, the blue light is a short wavelength between 400 to 500 nanometer. So what we want to do is we have to ignore the this violet part of the light to enter inside the eye. So we only allow the pure blue to enter, which is beneficial for us. So many company, what they do, they cut around 400 80 nanometer. They some of them, the lens they cut around 480 nanometers, some of them they cut entire 500 nanometers. So we don't require the cutting of entire blue light. There is a, the blue light, they place upon those kind of lenses, and so look, it completely blue cut is there available. I have seen that many in many optical stores. So we don't need that. We only need a blue filter lens which can filter out the higher uh, nanometer of light wave around 400 to 480. So if they cut up to that, that is more than enough to prevent any kind of problem into the eye. Though the blue light or blue filter lens haven't yet been proven, to solve the digital eye strain or computer vision syndrome. They have not been as proven enough as claimed by the various, optical lens manufacturers. There is still research going on. Either it can help or it can't. Yes, it can surely, may sometimes help on those, but only this, you wearing spectacle with a blue cut or blue filter lens can only eliminate your entire digital eye strain symptoms or signs associated is completely false. So uh, we'll go through what should exactly be done in case of, if you are a more computer user or a mobile user for a long period of time, and you go on getting those kind of symptoms associated with digital eye strain and computer vision syndrome, or if you see your patient having those symptoms of using mobile phones or computers for a longer period of time, when you see those kind of patients, then only a single solution might not help to those kind of patients. There need to be a constant advocacy about the facts that what should be done and what shouldn't be done. The easiest rule that comes around in our mind when you talk about computer vision syndrome is 20-20-20 rule. We all know about it mostly. If anybody unaware, I would like to share it. Of course, you can write in the chat box. So 20-20-20 is rule is actually, I think there is some disturbance. Yeah. So 20-20 rule is every 20 minute, for 20 second, look beyond 20 feet and blink 20 times. It includes everything. So that's to, when you are constantly looking up the screen, your accommodation inside the eye is active all the time, as other muscles get tired when you keep on working for a period of time. Similarly, the ciliary muscles uh, and the other muscles from the neck and eyes, they get tired when you keep on reading or in a mobile phone for a certain period of time. So to relax that, you can use the 20-20 rule. You can, yes, as obvious I said, you can use an blue protect lens or an anti-reflected coating to get less exposure with the reflection. Of course, you can go to the outdoor exposure, maybe for a, an hour or or 2 hours. So in a day, in an entire day, you can go outdoor exposure. There can be a change in ambience, the lighting source, the uh, air conditioners. They also play a huge effect on that, and there can be changes in external habits like drinking, smoking, that can come down. Eating a natural or green fruit, fruits which with the antioxidants that will help. So and more research is going on this topic of CVS, DES, and with all excuse me, with all these things, so there are more research are going on. So what I'd like to end saying this, so this digital eye strain CBS, so it doesn't matter only with the blue protect or a blue filter lenses, but there are other things which need to be followed at the same time, so that they don't get much of a exposure all the day throughout only throughout a mobile phone, but there need to be some proper rest, proper outdoor exposure, some of the change in habit and ambience, then that would probably help them more. So by saying this, so these all reference that I presented were from Harvard University. So we'll see you again, maybe sometimes sooner than later. We'll see you again. So thank you for providing me an opportunity to present the topic today. I'm glad to present it and to be part of Miro Foundation Advancing Optometry Education Conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dagal. Yeah, I also feel it's often quite confusing having using the term like cutters or the filters. I think we're rarely enlightened about the filters. And the moreover that I feel that I think that digital eye strain is the pressing concern of these days in ophthalmic industry and the eye practice. So you have talked about these things. I think it's very, really important and the important issues of this time. Before wrapping up these today's sessions, I just like to request all our participants and notify about the subsequent sessions. We are having theme on the investigative optometry, pediatric optometry, and advanced contact lens practice for 2 days. And this session will be followed by firstly by investigative optometry, and which is going to be start at 2 p.m. And I'm also presenting my topic in these sessions on the humanitarian metabolomics. I request all of you to be present at 2 p.m. sharp. And so with that final notes, I would like to thank all our presenters for these sessions.